Welcome back. Today we're going to be reviewing the reviewers of two tools I just bought for the workshop. We'll be looking at the best, the worst, and the weirdest things that people are saying, and we'll put them to the test. These reviews came from all across the internet, and I've done my best to anonymize them because this is all in good fun, so be nice. First up, we have this little guy from Klein. I actually bought this for my 6-year-old. He's taken an interest in the workshop, and it's past time he got his first real tool. He loves hammers and smashing things, so naturally, I bought him a screwdriver. Now, he made me promise that I'd let him open up the package. We all know that's the best part of getting a new tool, so I'll be right back.
Nailed it.
This is an 11-in-1 combo that also functions as a nut driver. I can't remember the model number offhand, but I'll put it on the screen and put a link in the description. Klein claims this set comes with industrial strength heat-treated bits. For less than $20, I'm sure these bits are marvels in modern engineering and are on the cutting edge of materials science. The set comes with 3 nut drivers, 2 Phillips bits, 2 flathead bits, that's slotted for you pedantic viewers, 2 Torx bits, and 2 square recess bits. If you're keeping track, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 different functions. Hence the name 11-in-1. These are basic standard sizes and they'll get you started, but I'd recommend you get a comprehensive set as well. My first impression is that this seems like a fine little screwdriver. Klein is a reputable brand and I've had nothing but good experiences with them over the years. I've used their RJ45 crimper 1,000 times over the last decade. It's still as good as the day I bought it. So how bad can these reviews be? Made in China. Quality is bad. Made in USA. Nothing is better than an American-made tool. Well, fellas, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but it was made neither in China nor the USA. This one was made in Taiwan. Trash. Look elsewhere. The bit holder on one side is incorrectly machined and won't slide back in. It sounds like this guy got a bad unit. I think when something is produced at this scale, at the time of this review, this is the #1 selling screwdriver on the market, that's going to happen. It's not an excuse, and it is something to be mindful of, but clearly this is not an issue with the unit that I got. Pros. Well made. Cons. Way too heavy to hold in the hand for very long. I've had ratchets in the past that have weighed probably 1/10 of the weight of this. Why is this so heavy? So this actually feels normal to me, but let's throw it on the scale to see how much it weighs. 194 grams. And now let's compare that with a plain Jane Stanley and a self-contained Stanley that's like our Klein. This plain Jane Stanley comes in at a trim 104 grams, and the self-contained Stanley comes in at 148 with just 1 bit. But that's a bit a fella could be proud of. So yeah, the Klein is a little bit of a fatty, but I'm not one to judge. Now where can I get a ratchet that weighs less than an ounce? That is a tool I'd like to get my hands on. Maintenance man's best friend. The handle is comfortable and feels great in hand. It has so many uses and is amazing. It does feel pretty good. It's got a nice cushion. I like the size. It's not too heavy for me. It's definitely not too light. It's going to be a bit on the big side for my son, but he'll grow into it. This seems like a great tool, but it's almost impossible to remove the shaft from the handle. Almost impossible is not the way I would describe it. Mine comes out with a reasonable effort. And to be fair to Klein, a tight fit is better than a loose fit. Wanted hex bits. Didn't come with hex bits. My friend, you need to improve your tool acquisition order of operations. Step 1. Confirm that the product you're purchasing comes with what you need before you buy it. A very poor design. It did not even take standard bits, making the tool mostly useless. Now that's good information. This guy's right. It doesn't accept the ubiquitous bits that come in all the sets like these. You can put one in, but it's just going to fall right back out. You need the ball detent. Now the whole point of this 11-in-1 set is that it comes with the bits included, so you don't have to carry around a box with a bunch of bits in it. It's self-contained, but overall I think it's a reasonable gripe. And finally, for my personal favorite, Klein screwdriver unusable, no instructions. True, it did not come with instructions. On the other hand, it's a screwdriver. Are there better screwdrivers out there? Of course. This is an import, so if you're looking for an American-made, look elsewhere. If you don't mind made in Taiwan, then I think this would be a great addition to your toolbox, and it would make a great gift for any kid looking for his or her first real tool. That's enough about screwdrivers for now. Let's shift gears to something more substantial, like this drill index case. This is a Huot I don't know. I'll just say Huot and someone will correct me in the comments. This Huot case is for a full 115-piece drill index, and I bought it to replace the absolutely terrible one that came with my Harbor Freight Cobalt drill index. If you remember correctly from that video review, the Cobalt drill bits were surprisingly good, but the case they came in was awful. This Huot is proudly made in the USA. Right off the bat, my impression of this case is good. Let's quickly compare this to the Harbor Freight case and then get to reviewing the reviews. The Huot measures 13 1/4 by 4 1/2. The Harbor Freight is 14 1/4 by 5. The latch sticks out an extra 1/2 inch. The Huot is 2 1/4 inches tall and the Harbor Freight is 2 1/2. The lower profile of the Huot will make it much more convenient to fit into tool cart drawers. The empty Huot is 20% heavier than the Harbor Freight despite being dimensionally smaller. There's just more metal here. Now there's no locking latch on the Huot. Instead, it is kept closed by 2 dimple catches and they do a good job. The Harbor Freight has a latch, but it's awful. It doesn't really work at all. The only other major difference that I see is that on the Harbor Freight, the markings for fractional and letter sizes face inward, which means they're blocked by the drills in front of them and are difficult to see. The sections also don't move independently. You move one and they all move. On the Huot, the markings face outward, which makes them easier to see, and each section moves independently, much better. The markings for the individual sizes are easier to read on the Huot, and it also has some handy information about tap drill sizes. The Huot comes with a place for a number 2 center drill right here. Looks like I'll need to buy one, so feel free to leave me a suggestion if you know any good ones. Now let's take a look at these reviews. Not the greatest quality, but functions well. So when I'm evaluating something, I typically have a hard time divorcing quality and function, but I'll just disagree with this guy about the quality. It seems good. Maybe my impression has been colored by the especially terrible one that I'm comparing it to, but it really does seem good. This is the third I've bought. It proved to be a quality-made drill box, so the second 2 I've given as gifts. Those are great gifts. I need to get this guy as my Secret Santa before I get another pair of fuzzy slippers. Good replacement for the ones at Harbor Freight that won't even close properly. I don't have to worry about my naughty bits falling out all over the place. Yes, exactly. I feel your pain, and thank you for keeping your naughty bits where they belong. Not dishwasher safe. Made a better toolbox in 3rd grade shop class. Not gonna test that. So yeah, I think this is a great little upgrade for anybody who's tired of their crappy drill index case, or for anybody who's building out their own drill index one size at a time. I got it on sale for around $50, but those prices are changing all the time, so your mileage may vary. I'll put a link in the description if you want to pick one up. All these conflicting reviews just go to show that until you're holding a tool in your own hands, it's really hard to know whether you're going to like it or not. Let me know about any wild or crazy tool reviews that you've come across. And please like and subscribe. It really makes a much bigger difference than most people realize. Hit the links in the description if you want to support the channel. Donations from viewers like you make these reviews possible. Thanks for watching.